before we actually start the solicits, so I'm going to tack a little bit of news to the start of the solicits rather than at the end of the solicits, just so I don't forget it. And this was actually a surprise that I discovered when I was reading my books, because when I got to the end of the Summer of Superman special, there was like, hey, the new Supergirl's book's launching, we knew about that, that's been solicits. Here's what Action Comics is going to be soon, we knew about that, here's the crypto book that's happening. But there was another one, which caught me by surprise, and that was a maxi series, a 12-issue book called Adventures of Superman, the Book of L, which is not starting until September, but it's Philip Kennedy Johnson writing this, with art by Scott Godlewski. So, what's funny about this, though, is that when I looked it up to just sort of have it in front of me so I could bring it up when we were doing the show, is that apparently this did technically get briefly solicited for March, but I don't think it was in the solicits we looked at, because I do not remember it popping up. It seems like something... There you go.
I remember there being a Philip Kennedy Johnson Superman book, but I don't know if it was this.
I think...
Right? So maybe they switched it around. You know what I mean?
I think it was this, if you saw something, but like, I think it was either removed or taken out by the time we did the show, because I think they basically made a mistake and solicited it too early, because apparently he had to... He went on social media and said, hey, it's not been cancelled, it's just delayed because there's other Superman stuff happening. And now we know what that is. We know all this Summer of Superman stuff's kicking off. So for whatever reason, it's not coming till September. But I'm basically looking at this as, oh, here's the conclusion to his Action Comics run, which, you know, was great, but did feel like it just sort of ended suddenly without like a climax. And I would, you know, whether or not it's going to be completely standalone in terms of you can just read this on its own, it'll be fine, or what, I don't know, but I'm still kind of spiritually looking at it as the conclusion to his Action Comics run. But that's cool. I mean, we loved that run, so this is nice to see. Nice big 12-issue book to dig into when it starts later. So, yeah, I mean, it's not an ongoing Superman book, but it is kind of a fourth Superman book, so that's something.
Yeah.
So yeah, cool. I wanted to get that out of the way first, just so I didn't forget about it at the end of the solicits. But yeah, solicits for July 2025. We'll go through them like we normally do, and we'll see how it goes. So, first up is Batman 162, next part of Hush 2, or Hutish, as it's said in the cover and in the solicit text. It's got your fanforstic style of numbering, so very good for that, I guess. We have Gotham City Sirens Unfit for Orbit, which is 5 issues, all solicited, for July. This is something that kind of happened before. Leah Williams did like a Gotham City Sirens crossover. Like, it was a 4-issue thing over the span of a month weekly. She's doing the same thing again here with this. So it's another kind of little mini-series, all written by her, with Harley, Catwoman, and Ivy being the stars, with the Sparrow in it, judging from the covers that I'm glancing at here. So yeah,
this seems like it could be fun.
Yeah, I mean, given that I don't read her ongoing book right now, and I'm not drawn to this, but yeah, this seems like a neat idea if you're into.
No, but Haining doing the art, I'm curious about. So, I believe Haining did Spirit World, and I quite enjoyed that.
Next up, we got Absolute Batman issue 10, which is ongoing. Interesting thing here is the main cover has like a character who's been blacked out with just the words redacted all over it. It just says redacted Bane version 2. So they're telling us it's Bane. We know that Bane's coming, but they are being very secretive as to what Bane looks like in the Absolute universe until he's revealed. So cool. I'm definitely curious. I guess at least it's going to be very different. I wonder.
I'm wondering if he starts off huge and then gets smaller.
I wonder, because if it's just a new design, I don't know why they'd be so secretive unless, whatever. So I'm wondering if it's that he's kind of mixed with a different character, that maybe Bane has like tech from someone else or something, and they're trying to keep that a secret. I don't know, but curious all the same. Then we get Absolute Superman issue 9, which is still Aaron and Sandoval. We get Absolute Wonder Woman 10, which is Kelly Thompson and Hayden Sherman still. So that's cool. Some nice covers on that one at a glance as well. Absolute Green Lantern issue 4, same team as it's been so far. Absolute Martian Manhunter 5, again same team as usual. And then Absolute Flash issue 5 with Jeff Lemire and A.L. Kaplan. Which I think that's the same team, unless I'm misremembering the artist.
No, Nick Robles is the main artist, so this looks like it's a fill-in.
This is a fill-in artist. Okay, cool.
But look at that tar pit. That tar pit looks cool.
Oh yeah, we're getting tar pit.
Well, we think it's tar pit. We think it's tar pit, at least.
It probably. I mean, it would be really weird if that turned out to be someone other than Tar Pit. So that's also the Absolute books. All of them getting an issue in July, as you'd expect. Next up, Superman Treasury 2025 issue 1. So what is this, you might ask? Well, that's a very good question. It's basically another big annual, for lack of a better term. It's an 80-page single one-shot, obviously, right? A special by Dan Jurgens and Bruno Redondo. So just the one team on at least the main story. It says, Legends collide as Man of Steel goes supersized for the summer of Superman. Yeah, that's the key thing about this, is the trim size, the actual page size of this book is double a regular comic. That's the thing here. It's not just like a special, it's like a supersized page special. But yeah, so yeah, Dan Jurgens pairs with the modern master of sequential art, Bruno Redondo, what a title they give him, to craft a larger-than-life story of power, tragedy, action, and above all hope. I said that weird because it's got a paragraph split in the middle of the sentence, which is strange. I
feel double hyphen kind of messed up the spacing.
Probably.
Here.
When a vicious armada of extraterrestrial extremists launches an all-out invasion of planet Earth, only Superman can stand in the way of total annihilation. But there's something different about the attack. It's deadly from both without and within. It's a tale so titanic we had to tell it in treasury size to celebrate the summer of Superman in style. Joe is so weird about this, which, you know, we might do. I kind of want to do it for the show because of the Redondo art, to be honest. Like, even though it's an 80-page behemoth. What's so weird about this for me, though, is because I read digitally, is that the extra page size is going to mean nothing. It's just going to look like a regular comic. If anything, it may be harder to read because they assume it's on bigger pages for the physical, so in digital, everything's going to seem too small, and I'm going to have to
squash down a little bit. Yeah,
I'm going to have to zoom in or whatever to actually read the goddamn thing. So it may actually be a pain to read digitally. I'm not sure. That's just speculation. I don't know that for sure. But curious. So yeah, there's still, and there's more special Superman stuff later. So there's plenty of Superman stuff for the summer of Superman.
Yeah.
And it makes sense as well with July being the movie coming out, which is obviously why they're doing all of this in the first place. But specifically, this is like right close to it. So yeah, that's Superman Treasury 2025, and then we have Superman Unlimited issue 3 by Dan Slott and Raphael Albuquerque. So yeah, that starts next month, I guess. Yeah. So we'll see how that is. Superman 28. By Williamson and Mora. This is doing the Dark Side Legion stuff. I'm sure we'll have a little bit to say on that today, given the Summer of Superman special. So then we have Wonder Woman 23 by Tom King and Daniel Sampere. Great to see Sampere back on the art. Super excited about getting back to that stuff. Likewise, Trinity, Daughter of Wonder Woman issue 2, the miniseries by Tom King and Belen Ortega. That's cool too. Supergirl issue 3 by Sophie Campbell. Yeah, looking forward to the start of that as well. Crypto Last Dog of Krypton issue 2, Solicit tier 2, and then Justice League versus Godzilla versus Kong issue 2. I'm a little confused. Who the hell is this in the main cover? Is that maybe like Godzilla after he's taken like some of Bane's venom or something? Because it's like muscular humanoid like Godzilla.
I believe it's a kaiju killer croc.
Ah, that makes some sense. Okay, I can see it now. Because I was thinking, man, Godzilla went to the gym and got bigger arms. What's happening here?
Well, it's not just the gym. He also had a doctor's help. Like, his lats are huge.
Yeah. That does make sense. That's a good catch. Because I was wondering who the hell that was. Because obviously my brain was like, what kaiju is this? I'm like racking my brain
Yeah.
for Godzilla characters, but yeah, it's a DC
Just
character.
the design on the face is very reminiscent of what I'm used to with Croc.
No,
So,
you're right. You're right. I just because at first I went, "Who is that?" And then I saw the spikes in the back and went, "Is that maybe Godzilla still?" And I was getting confused. So yeah, that's coming out. Looking forward to that. There we have Justice League Unlimited issue 9. Mora again on this, so he's doing double duty for July once more.
Yep.
And then we have Justice League Dark Tomorrow Special issue 1. So this is out in week 5 because it's a week 5 month. And this is Mark Waid and Mark Guggenheim. Oh, what a weird like whiplash of a team that is. A name I'm happy about and a name I'm not so happy about. Cian Tormey's on the art. So actually, I glanced at the solicit text for this, and it's kind of spoilery for the end of the We Are Yesterday stuff. So
okay. I will read it right now.
So I'm not going to say it, but basically, it follows a group of characters, all of whom are kind of displaced. Batman Beyond, Gold Beetle, and Helena Wayne to deal with something based on the outcome of that story. So, I mean, all right, cool. But yeah, so that's
they use a specific term, and it just made me laugh because of another name involved.
Yeah, but it does mention it's leading to the next DC All-In event, so this might be not essential reading, but maybe if you're into the greater universe stuff, might be worth grabbing this one shot. But it's it's basically an annual because it's on the week 5, so take that as you will. So it's a good week for it, I'll say that. Action Comics 1088. This is Mark Waid and Skylar Partridge doing the Superboy stuff. So cool. And then we have Detective Comics 1099, Tom Taylor and Lee Garbett. And Lee Garbett, I think I like his art from what I remember. So that's cool. And then we have, I believe, oh god, there's a lot of covers here. World's Finest 41, which has what looks like a Jokerized Batman on the cover.
Nope, that's Bat Zorro.
That's Bat Bizarro. That makes sense.
It's the Bizarro version of Batman.
Because Bizarro's next to him. I don't know if I've ever read a story with Bat Bizarro.
Bat Zorro popped up in the first time I ever remember reading him was in the Superman Batman book that Jeff Loeb did.
Okay, I probably okay. In that case, I have.
Years ago.
In that case, I have read a story, but I do not remember it because most of that series is pretty forgettable, if I'm honest. But all right, so yeah, World's Finest 41. That's still going, and we'll see how mediocre it still is. And to be honest, Bizarro does not excite me at this point. Like,
but it's gonna be Mark Waid's Bizarro, so we'll see. I have a little bit more hope when it's Mark Waid.
Yeah, well, yeah, but like World's Finest has been very underwhelming for a while, so I'm not holding out that much hope. Nightwing 128, Dan Waters with Dexter Soy, the regular artist, really cool. And then we got Nightwing Annual Issue 1, or 2025 Annual Issue 1, I should say, by Dan Waters and Francesco Francavilla, which we actually get Francavilla on this week's regular issue. He's doing a 2-parter, I think, in the main book. So I'm happy for that, and this sounds like it's going to follow on from that because it's another Maggie Sawyer story. So yeah, cool. It's nice to be excited for an annual. Batgirl next, issue 9. Yeah, not much to say other than I like that cover. I also like the variant where she's fighting the ninja looking characters in the snow.
Yep, it looks like it's got them in the foreground with the shadows.
Yes.
It looks like sunrise coming up. Yeah, that looks nice.
Yeah.
It's a Talaski cover.
Yeah, at least I think they technically are all ninjas, but the one in the foreground's also got like a sort of demonic looking mask on as well. So got a bit of a
like an Oni demon.
Yes. Birds of Prey 23 next. Kelly Thompson with Sammy Basri.
I see a Barda cover.
There is indeed a Barda cover. There's also a cast cover. There's also a canary fighting a shadow monster or something. What's going on there?
Yeah. What is that?
We'll find out. But cool. We got Green Lantern 25. Jeremy Adams with Zermanico and V. Ken Marion. And then Green Lantern Core issue 6 with the usual team on that as well. The Flash Bad Moon Rising Special issue 1. So this is a week 5 book. Oh wait, no, it's not. Sorry, this is a week 4 book. ignore what I just said. So Batman Rising rages on as the focus turns to the Rogue's role in Eclipso's generals, surprising the new ally. So this sounds like it's basically just an extra issue because they wanted to have an extra issue for the arc that they're doing. So this is just it's effectively an annual. Did the Flash already have an annual? Is that why they're not calling it annual issue 1?
Maybe. I don't know.
But either way, yeah. This sounds like for people who are reading the book already, though. So no appeal for anyone who's given up in the main series, which is next, funnily enough. Flash 23 is there. Then we have Aquaman issue 7, and I got chills down my spine, Matt, because it said here in the solicit text, the confrontation with Dagon looms. Looms? It's not happened by issue 7. Are you insane?
We're just tagging along on him meandering. It's his own odyssey. That shark cover's nice though.
I just want this arc to be over, and apparently it's still not done at issue 7, and I'm upset by this. I'm upset by this greatly. Next up is New Gods issue 8. And then we got Green Arrow 26. We have Zatanna issue 6. And then we have JSA issue 9. Here's hoping that arc 2 of JSA will pick things up a bit. And then we got Mr. Terrific Year 1 issue 3, which I forgot about this. This happens almost every Solicits, where there'll be a book that's solicited for issue 3 that I've forgotten was solicited because it's not came out yet. And then I'm surprised to see it when I see it in the Solicits. So, yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. There you go. And then we have Titans 25. Which, by the way, so this one isn't Titans 25 is the normal issue. It is worth mentioning Green Lantern 25 is a slightly oversized issue because it's a relatively milestone number. So cool. And then we have Titans 2025 annual issue 1. So the Titans is another book that's getting an annual for July. We got Batman and Robin 23 with Fernandez on art for that. And then we have Batman and Robin Year 1 issue 9, the Wayne Samney book. So excited to get back to that. Batman and Robin Jason Todd issue 2. This is the Jeff Lemire book with Dustin Wynn that you may have forgotten about because it only just started getting solicited last month. And then we got Last Halloween issue 8. Becky Cloonan on the art for this one. So that should be interesting. And then we got Batman Dark Patterns issue 8. Which is arguably the best Batman book right now, so that's cool. And then we got New History of the DC Universe issue 2. This is the Mark Waid book. This is issue 2 of 4. And then we got Fire and Ice When Hell Freezes Over issue 4.
I was going to ask, is that Mr. Bones on the cover with Black Canary? Like in the box on that, the History of the DC Universe? It's hard
to say. I mean, it's a skull.
It's just a skull, right?
But I don't see it attached to a business suit though, so I'm having a hard time saying if that's who it's meant to represent. But it could be.
But if it's Black Canary, why is there a skull there? That's what I'm trying to figure out. You know,
I do not know. But I mean, I guess we'll find out. And then we have Secret 6 issue 5. And then we have Batman Gotham by Gaslight, A League for Justice issue 1. So we're getting to the second half of that story starting in July. So that's cool.
The book that pissed Connor off so bad.
Oh yeah, he was so whiny about those last 2 issues.
I was like, those last 2 issues were sick. I'm ready for what comes next. Maybe it should have been titled better, but that has nothing to do with the storytelling.
Yeah. Then we got DC vs. Vampires World War V issue 11. And then we have our other big 80-page book, although this is notably on week 5, which means that I will probably read it because it's a week 5 and we need things to fill in that week. But this is DC's California Love issue 1, an 80-page anthology special with all summary-themed Superman stories. Supergirl at the beach. We got John and Connor Kent doing stuff, and then we got Superman and Lois fighting a kaiju. Apparently. So
we got Supergirl at the beach, and then we got John and Connor going to the redwoods, and then Superman and Lois fight a kaiju. This is like for me. Like DC, you're hitting right there. We're gonna have Judy Baugh art in here too.
Also,
Ooh.
the name that stuck out to me was Brian Q. Miller, listed in the writers, a name which I would love to see on more DC books, and you know, I really hope does at some point. I do really like that variant with Supergirl's got the sunglasses on with the beach ball, with the hair like the Valley Girl. It's just a really simple, like, hey, Supergirl meets California. There you go. There's your image. Cool. All right. I guess that's. Do you know what? That's a great thing for week 5. If that was on any other week, I would not be reading it. But on a week 5,
skip it.
I'll give it a go. So nice. Resurrection Man, Quantum Karma, issue 4. So obviously that had a really cool issue 1. Looking forward to that. Peacemaker presents The Vigilante Eagle, double feature, issue 5. And then we got DC Cross Sonic the Hedgehog, issue 5. And notably, I just want to point out that Shadow, at least I think it's Shadow, I don't know those like weirder, newer Sonic characters as well as the originals, but he's wearing a Batman outfit, and I just wanted to point that out. So, yes. Oh, and Amy might have like a Wonder Woman skirt on or something, by the looks of it.
All I know is that Knuckles is wearing a Superman costume. That makes me happy.
Oh yeah, I didn't even see him, he's so small. Oh, and Tails has got a cyborg outfit on. Why cyborg for Tails? I don't know. I don't even know who the Green Lantern one is. There's like a white hedgehog looking dude. I have no idea what character that is. Unless it's meant to be silver? Is that maybe a silver color? Maybe.
I don't know, but I'm afraid to Google silver hedgehog or white hedgehog and, you know, for the art that might come up.
What, you worried you're going to get weird furry porn? Like, what?
Well, so I've heard that the Sonic fandom does some really weird stuff.
Oh yeah,
so you gotta watch the Googles. So yeah, you gotta watch the Googles. And so if you guys know, just hit us up. Find us on social media. Let us know who the Green Lantern is on that cover.
Yeah.
Don't send us links though. Just tell us.
Teen Titans Go issue 5 is there, and then there's some facsimiles and whatnot. As far as we get to the collections and graphic novels, we got Aquamanity, to say that properly, which is one of those young adult graphic novels.
I love it. It's so stupid, it works.
There's Kid Flash Going Rogue, which is another one of those young adult graphic novels, as is Teen Titans Starfire, which is a connecting cover edition. And then we have Batgirl Volume 1 Mother, which is the current series collected out of paperback. We have DC Horror Presents, also paperback. Black Canary Best of the Best is getting a hardcover. And then we got Black Lightning, the standard softcover, collecting that recent miniseries. And then we have Green Arrow Volume 4, Freshwater Skills. That's the current run. We have DC's Finest, Batman Red Skies. We have DC's Finest, Hawkman Wings Across Time. DC's Finest Horror, The Devil's Doorway. And then we got DC's Finest, The Spectre, Wrath of the Spectre. And then we've got some compact editions, which include Harley Quinn, Wild at Heart, Wonder Woman, Blood and Guts, Batman Arkham Asylum. So that's the compact ones out the way. And then we got JSA Volume 1 Infinity Inc. versus the Justice League, which is the current run. An arc that we weren't very enthusiastic about, but hey. The Question All on the Watchtower collected softcover. A DC manga box set, which, you know what, good for you. Cool. Not for me, but not good for you. Yeah. DC Cross Out the Hedgehog collected in both softcover and hardcover actually. And then Maelstone Universe, the Shadow Cabinet, collected in the softcover. And then a reprinting of Absolute Batman, The Long Halloween. And Superman, the Triangle Era Omnibus, Volume 2. So filling in more of those big chunks of relatively modern Superman comics. I say relative, of course. Because
it says the Triangle Era, so it was when DC was throwing up the numbering.
Yeah, well,
the triangles here.
Yeah, the point I'm making though is that I'm counting anything post-crisis as modern. is what I'm saying. So, which is kind of silly because we're 30 years now since that. Well, 40 years even actually since that. Oh god,
Yeah.
we're all dying. I'm getting old. Scooby Apocalypse Omnibus. A Scooby Doo book's getting an omnibus. Cool.
Oh yeah, so this was that book that came out a while ago. That was like the Chilling Adventures of Sabrina, but for Scooby Doo. So they made it horror focused. So it's all 36 issues of the series.
Interesting. Absolute Promethea Book 2, new printing. That's the Alan Moore book. Also a new printing of Jeff Johns' Hawkman omnibus.
Cool. That's good. You guys should read that. If you haven't read it, go read it.
And then we got Batman 66 Compendium, so the big thick soft cover that's 1,000 pages. And then we got Batman by Grant Morrison Book 2, so this is kind of your thicker paperback collections. So almost 500 pages. This includes R.I.P. and at least the early... Yeah, it's got up to issue 9 of Batman and Robin, so there'll be a book 3, basically. Which is kind of awkward, actually, because it's like Batman and Robin goes up to issue... I don't know, maybe it goes up to 25. No, actually, no. I think it goes up to like 25, but I think Morrison's chunk of it ends at like either 16 or 19. It's something in that kind of range. Because there was only 3 trades of like Morrison's Batman and Robin. So this has basically got the first 2 in it, plus R.I.P. and whatever's in between. Anyway, Batman the Demon Trilogy, reprinting. So that's all those early Ra's al Ghul and Talia stories.
I didn't realize. I'd always just thought it was Denny O'Neil, but Mike Barr also pretty big in Ra's al Ghul mythos. Because isn't Mike Barr also the guy from Outsiders?
Yeah, he did a lot. He was doing a lot of stuff around that time, to be fair. But yeah.
Yeah. But I didn't realize that was he was also telling the Ra's stuff. So that's cool.
And then we got Batman Beyond the White Knight, Harley Quinn and Generation Joker Deluxe Edition. We got a new printing of Batman Year 100, just soft cover. JLA Earth 2 Deluxe Edition, new printing. And then Sandman Mystery Theater Compendium 2, which is a 900-page paperback. And then we got The Flash by Joshua Williamson Omnibus Volume 2, which, no thank you, but, you know, it's there if you want it. And then we got Sheriff of Babylon soft cover. Is that the first time that's had a soft cover? Because I didn't say new edition or anything.
No, but it's all 12 issues, right? But
do you think it was split in 2 before?
Yeah, I think it was a volume 1 and a volume 2.
Okay, fair enough. So it's just collecting it all in one go. And then Wonder Woman by John Byrne Omnibus, collecting all of that stuff, which has got obviously a few specials and whatnot, but the main bulk of it's issues 101 to 136. So that'll be volume 2. So that'll be after the Perez stuff and all that. So no, that's cool. And that wraps up the Solicits. That's all done.